So I just thought I'd share this little tip with you, a little bit of a hack with this 6800 Ultegra chain set. Whatever your bike comes with, whether it be a 5236 or a 5339, that's great. You know, if you live largely in flat areas with, you know, like short power climbs, which you can sort of power over using the larger chain rings, even like a 36. But if you live somewhere really hilly, or you know, you're going away to do a tour somewhere, or you just want to reduce the gearing a little bit, obviously you might think, oh, I need to buy the compact chain set, you know, the 5034. But the good thing about the Ultegra is that's not quite the case. So the bolt pitch on all the Ultegra chain sets of this series are the same. So you can put, you know, any combination of chain rings on there as you like. Shimano say there's a limit to what you can change, but having tried most of the combinations, they do work. So my bike came with a 5236. I'm going to Hong Kong and I'm going to take my bike, and there's some really nasty hills there, quite short, but some nasty hills around, you know, 20% plus on the gradient side. So I wanted to change out the 36 and stick on a 34. So instead of buying a whole new chain set, just went and got an Ultegra chain ring, bought a 34, took off the 36, and as you can see, the 34 is now in there alongside the 52. So now I'm running a 5234. You can do it with a 53. So if you've got a 5339, you can swap out the 39 for the 34. Now Shimano tell you that that's not going to work, but it will work so long as you set your front neck up, you know, correctly for the largest chainring and obviously the outer chainring. Now, if you have too much of a jump down, say let's say from a 53 to a 34, you might now and again experience, you know, the chain jumping off when you downshift, just because it's got from this, you know, diameter down to the smaller diameter. The larger that gap, the more likelihood that, you know, if you're hitting a bump whilst you're shifting, that the chain might jump. But with a 5234, I've put it on, and yeah, there is quite a big gap there. Sorry about the light; it's not very good. Yeah, there's quite a big jump there. So what I've done is I've wound in the bottom limit screw. I've wound that in a little bit just to push the cage slightly further out. So when I'm in, you know, my lowest gear, so I'm a big sprocket and a small chainring, there's a little bit of rub on the plastic guide, just so you can hear it slightly. And why I've wound it out, obviously because there's a bigger jump down to the smaller chainring, it's just going to prevent lessen the chance of that chainring jumping off when I shift down to the little chainring. But yeah, it's just a quite neat thing you can do with the 6800 Ultegra. You know, and people might go, oh, I need to buy a new chain set if you want to get compact gearing, but you don't. You can just, you know, buy the individual chainring, and this 34 tooth chainring retails in the UK for like 25 quid, so a lot cheaper than buying a new chain set. Obviously, you're going to have to trim the gears a little bit when, you know, let's say you get over the top of the climb, you're in the small chainring. And then, you know, when you match your cadence, you might shift up to the large chainring. You might need to go 2 up, bigger on the sprockets when you shift into the big ring. So with this, you're probably going to need another click up, so maybe 3 taps up once you've shifted to match that cadence. So it's a bit more clunky, because, you know, the ratio of these two sizes has grown out. But if you're riding on different terrain, instead of, you know, changing cranks every time, change the chain set. I don't know what they're going to do with the new Ultegra, which will probably around end of 2017, or maybe even mid 2017. Whether they're going to keep the compatibility, but with this one, it's really neat. So now I'm on a 3428. I'm still going to struggle, but what can you do?